Hey, it's Jeff Walker, and I got this great question from Derek Russell on the blog, and he asked, Jeff, how big did you think? How big was your vision when you were first starting out in your business? And I would love to tell you I had this huge vision that I saw myself creating this great big training company, doing tens of millions of dollars in sales, having a New York Times bestseller, and I just sat down and created that thing. But the reality is that's not how it started out. In fact, the number one word for me when I started my business was desperation. I was a stay-at-home dad with a couple of young kids. My wife was supporting the family, and I was just hoping to make $10,000 in a year to try to help support the family, take some of the pressure off my wife. And I thought that would make this incredible impact on my life. And so that's where I started from. It wasn't some huge vision. And for me, business, actually life, both of them, it's been a process of continually learning to think bigger, because I didn't have that huge vision. But the thing I've learned is you need to create a vision for your life. So like sometime in that first year, I did sit down and I learned about a little bit more about goal setting. And I sat down, went through a process of just dreaming of the biggest goals I could think of. And at that point, the biggest goal I could think of was $100,000 a year. And I don't think I knew anyone at that time that was making $100,000. So it was the biggest thing I could think of. And I think I wanted a really fast computer, and I wanted to take a nice vacation with my family. And I think I wanted a nice office. I actually wrote these down. I still got them. I haven't looked at them in a couple of years. But from there, it's sort of interesting. I wanted to make that $10,000 in a year. And I think in that first year, I did make right around $10,000. So it is sort of interesting to think about that. Like, what if I said I wanted to make $20,000? Would I have made $20,000? Now, knowing what I know now, probably. So in any case, I did hit that $100,000 goal. I think it took me, in my third year in business, I did that. And it's just been nonstop from there. But it's always a process of learning to think bigger and bigger and bigger. How can I make a bigger impact? Really, that's what it is these days. Because I've reached this point where I've got this, a very nice, comfortable income, a very nice lifestyle. I've got a great team supporting me. I've got great clients. And now I just want to make a bigger impact. In fact, just over a year ago, I went through this process of where we sat down and said, we being myself and my team, and where are we going? And we decided we did want to 10x our business. We wanted to grow it by tenfold. And I'm happy to say, we're about 14 months into it, and we're well on our path. And really, it's not about just growing a business for business sake. It's about making the impact, because that is what drives me. And frankly, it's not, how do you measure a 10x impact? I wish I had a better answer. Right now, the way we're measuring it is the size of our business, and we're just assuming that if we grow our business by 10 times, we'll grow our impact by 10 times. But I'm always looking for a better way to measure that, because goals are better when you can measure them. And we're not looking for 10x this month or this year. We're looking for 10x in 5 years. So it isn't, 10x is a big goal. You don't have to get there overnight. And I'm not even suggesting that's a great goal for you, because depending on where you're at, everyone has a different place. They're in a different place. They have a different relationship to the impact they're making, to the money they're making. So for me, that first year, 10,000 was the biggest I could think. Then 100,000 was the biggest I could think. Now 10x is the biggest I could think. And we're well on our way. And I do know that, we have a really solid vision for that. Again, it's myself and my team. I'm not doing it alone anymore. And I do know this. It's like as soon as you get clear on that vision, then it's like the world conspires to bring that vision to fruition. And I don't want to sound too woo-woo or hippie groovy, but I've seen it over and over in my life. So I'm a fan of both having realistic goals, but also, thinking big and getting real with that vision. But, those visions only work if you truly can see them happening in your life, and then they're almost inevitable. So I'm Jeff Walker. Watching this anywhere else besides my blog at jeffwalker.com, head over there. That's where all the goodies are. That's where the action happens. That's where I'm in there answering comments. And if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, or hit the thumbs up button, or thumbs down button. I don't really care. Either way, just give me some reaction. Hit that Facebook like button, and let's go get them this week.